Welcome to Atlantic Television Network Society Watch. This is a program where we ventilate societal issues, give them aggregate attention with a view to provide solutions that will benefit humanity. On today's Society Watch, we'll be discussing numbers of issues, starting from Ogun State. Mother arrested for attempting to sell daughter. On education, daily part-time programs illegal. That's from JAM. On inflation, 50 kg bags of rice to be sold at 40,000. That's from federal government. On finance.
What you talk? I agree to you.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fade Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country. Kasali, I hope so my car don't ready. I get interview in 30 minutes.
Guy, you don't ready. I just the last minute instruction where you give me yesterday. Now in the cause more delay.
Which instruction?
Maybe now you say make I change the meter, make you no read again.
Which time I make you change meter? Oh, Kasali, why you do like this now? You don't get sense. You don't read the text message. Nobody I want to send them to. Like Kasali, my electrician, make it come house, call me, do my meter so that you don't go to read again. You the electrician?
You're electrician.
Yes, now.
So you call Kasali electrician, make it come help you adjust your meter, make it for no read again, Abi. So you said you want join people where be say they no want to pay NEPA bill again, Abi. Oga, you know good now. You don't use them, you don't behave like all these stiff people.
Oh, what you change from your motor? What you change from?
Full lights. Fuel gauge. Speedometer.
For what you know, you for come out for home my motor. I better identify for me.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. Joining me this afternoon in this conversation is a UN-certified drug addicts advisor. I'm talking about Samuel Davids. Good to have you once again.
Thank you very much.
This wonderful Tuesday afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing. All right, let's look at the first story from Ogun State. Ogun State Police Command arrested Yetunde Badebo, 25, for attempting to sell a 3-year-old daughter for 700,000 to Saturday Noon, 38 on Aladia Street in Sagamu. The arrest occurred on July 25, 2024, after the resident reported seeing their negotiation, but they were denied the allegation while none confessed. The case will be transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department earlier in July 2024. A similar incident occurred in Anambra State where Chinyere Chukwu, 38, attempted to sell a 2-year-old with the help of the 17-year-old daughter. Okay, I remember the last time I read this kind of story and I asked my guest a question whether selling of children is now a recruitive business in Nigeria, where mothers just come up with the idea of, okay, let me just give birth so that I can use and make money. Someone has been caught in Lagos where she was trying to sell a 3-year-old daughter, and of course we had a similar story from Anambra State where a woman tried to sell her daughter with the help of her daughter. Like the first daughter was ready to help in order for them to be able to sell the younger one. And all of them boils down to economic hardship. How hard is economic in Nigeria that mothers are now selling their children?
It's more than one factor. It's not just economics.
No, I'm just saying what the response they always give each time a question is asked. Why did you carry out this act? They will say it's because of the hardship.
Maybe they should start selling themselves so that we know that things are really hard for them. But I said there are more than one things involved. First, maybe, yes, things are hard, but we have so many mothers.
Is that an excuse?
Who are keeping their children, who are not selling their children. So for me, I think the most important factor, the second one, is the mindset. The person who thinks that this is a product for sale. The mother, maybe she feels as a woman, she will have another child, but the thinking that goes into the head that makes you come to the decision to want to sell your child is beyond economics, is beyond hardship. It's the person's state of mind. That person is not caring for that child he has or she has, and that person is not even thinking of tomorrow. How much money will they give to you? It will be finished.
But it's 700,000 to start
with.
But
it's a child. It's something that, if it all goes well, if means the child lives and grows to pass through the processes, it's a gift and a source of joy for as long as you live. So I think that the more important factor in coming to that thinking is the person's mindset. The person is not caring, the person is not even desirous of future good. Is concerned for today's gratification. That is if the child is actually their own. If it's a matter of a house girl or something, we can understand. But this one, your own child. I know mothers like to claim, I carried it for 9 months, I carried it for 9 months. You know all that. And yet you want to sell the child for how much? So it's not just the hardship, because all of us are in the hardship. But the thinking, the mindset that makes this person think that I can sell this child like a product, like something that you can just part with. It's the person's mindset. Okay,
now there is this this case where people adopt children at a very tender age, but maybe 1 year or not even up to 1 year, months, because they want the baby to grow up and see them and also know them as their parents. But in a situation that we now have buyers who are ready to buy a child of 9 years, a child of 13 years, a child of 3 years, already the child must have already grown up to know that this is my mother. Like, we know that there's one thing about children, that when they stay in a particular environment for a long time, they tend to forget about where they came from, especially at the age of 3, 4, 5, 6, right? We have buyers who are willing to buy a child of any age. What exactly are they up to? Is it just because they want to have a child, or is it because they are doing this for something else? What exactly are they doing?
The buyers may not directly want to have a child, but you know there's this business of human trafficking. So that also now comes into play. The buyer may be a middleman or a middle person who, when children are bought, they sell them out again. So that may be another thing that is at play here.
Sell them out to steal someone that needs a child at that age.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw something from Lagos State yesterday where a baby was, they actually arrested one woman, parents, while they were trying to do naming ceremony. That was a baby of, I think, three months. And what happened is that they caught the person that collected the baby from the parents, that stole the baby. And they kept moving. Then we realized that before one from Mr. A to Mr. B
buyers.
To Mr. C, buyers to Mr. C, they keep buying. And the funniest part of it is that the more it moves, the more the value reduces. And like in a sense that, let me say the price, because now it's 700,000. I will buy the child. My buy is at the rate of 500. The next I will buy to keep going till the price reduced to a barest minimum. But again, if you do not have buyers, there's every tendency you will not have sellers, people who sell, right?
Well, if you don't have buyers and you don't have immediate chance of disposing of the child, they also sell human organs. I'm being very hard, I know, but that's what can happen. Why would they want to quickly release? Because they have to feed the child. They have to keep the child healthy to be able to sell. Even if you want to sell fish, the fish must be healthy before you sell. So I think when they buy, they get into the trouble of maintaining the child in health so that it looks like a good product to pass to the next person. And that's why when the bargain comes, I think, and the man says, no, I can't take for 700, you agree for 500, let's just leave my hand, let's just leave my hand. But at the end of the day, if it comes to the place where nobody wants to buy, the ugly thing that can happen is that they think of those who buy human parts.
Okay, aside staying in the correctional facilities for number of years, that of course they will be required of whosoever that is involved in this crime.
Like the murders?
Yes.
Or even the individuals
who sells. What other punishment do they give that can actually make these people, that can serve as a deterrent to others who are planning to do this kind of business or who are already into the business? Because I believe that if there is something so serious, others will learn from it.
Well, human trafficking has become an international problem. And for all such things, there is a cooperation or collaboration between the countries and the United Nations. So I am thinking that while I don't know what's in the books, what the books, our law books say about such things, but I'm thinking that as of today, there will be measures, clearly set out ways of punishing or dealing with people who get involved with that. Being locked up is one thing. I'm also thinking that they may have to go through some sort of counseling. You know, the thing that makes you think to sell a human being, something is wrong with your system. You know, just like somebody who goes out to just kill people, something is wrong with the system. So there might be some sort of counseling in the process of incarceration while they are locked up to help them understand, have a better picture of value for life. But I also think that beyond the jail term or lockup term, you cannot kill the person. I don't know.
Okay. So talking about that, human trafficking is now a global thing.
Yes, it is.
Could it be as a result of the economic challenges in the country, in the world, or
no.
What could it be?
See, people, there are people who are...
Because, people cannot just do this for fun.
No, it's not for fun, it's for money. It's not for fun, it's for money. People set up to do things that give them money. The other day I was listening to some story in Scandinavia. This Scandinavia, not Scandinavia. These people who have who don't go into war, where our leaders steal our money and go and keep that country, forgotten the name, where prostitution is legal. And in places like that, when people who are businessmen they want to expand their business, they are involved in this human trafficking process to bring in girls for the work. So it's business. Human trafficking is not a matter of I'm hungry. It's just like drug addiction and drug abuse. It's business. They have people that protect it. They have people that are paid to make it happen. They have facilities. I've seen stories and read issues where people have been involved with intercontinental trafficking of human beings. And they have facilities, houses, vehicles that make it happen. So it's business, it's not just hunger.
Okay, in other words, to fight this, it's not just from the top, but from the roots.
Yes, you fight it from...
But where is the root?
The root is, first of all, is a person who gets that ugly mindset to want to sell a child.
Okay.
Because if there is no supply, there will be no demand.
Okay.
So if there is nobody who wants to sell, then those who want to buy may not see to buy. That is where all these false stories about come to UK, I want to give you a job, follow me to Italy, I have employment.
Wow.
And they take them out and hold their passports and they keep them locked up. In fact, by the time they get to Europe, they tell them you're already owing me $500, $500,000.
I think I have a job for you. So you need to follow me to, somewhere around the world.
Yes.
I have a job for you.
Yes. So they go and then they are locked up. They hold their passport.
Okay.
They tell them you already owe me $500,000. So every day you go and prostitute, you pay back some with interest. So they never get free out of it.
Out of it. Wow.
You know what? Even here, I know somebody, a third-year-old female student, I won't mention the university, where a lady that came from Lagos and told them, oh, business.
I think you have told me this
yes.
of thing and getting to Lagos.
Yes, and it was marketing. It was marketing the girl. That is also, it's not out of the country. The mother didn't sell her, but those things happen.
But why should you even follow someone without concrete evidence? Because you are looking for a job, you just heard that there's a job somewhere, then you just move.
You know, this
without
particular
evidence.
person.
Most of these people don't get to relate with the elderly ones.
This particular person, when we talked about the matter, because I didn't raise it, because of my work in drugs, we got to get involved. The story was that she wanted the kind of lifestyle.
Amazing. All right, let's look at this second story.
Well, the kind of lifestyle.
On education, Professor Isaac Olayode, Registrar for the Joint Admission Matriculation Board, stated on Monday that some Nigerian institutions running daily part-time programs are illegal. During a visit to JAM's Ibadan zonal office, he dismissed allegations against JAM officials as unfounded and blamed students for their problems, citing their desperation to secure admission. He highlighted issues like outdated and under-the-table admission and clarified that JAM does not handle higher national diploma HND admission. Olayode criticized institutions for admitting more students than allowed and registering part-time students as full-time, leading to complications with the National Youth Service Corps. That's NYSC, yeah. I remember when I was in school, when I gained admission into a particular university. Normally, we were told that they need a certain number.
Yes.
But when we went for lecture, we realized we were times 2. As to that, there was no desk for people to use. We literally stood to have a lecture because there was no room for others that were not
within that number.
Yes. So my question is, before we even talk about this serious story, why should schools admit beyond the capacity that they have?
You know, today is 30th of July.
Exactly.
We are 2 days to
2024.
Yeah, 2024.
Exactly.
Yes. We are 2 days to the planned national protests. What we are talking about now is part of the ugliness of our system. This person who is coming from JAM to talk now, did he not know before that these things are happening? Okay, now that he has said it, what are the steps taken to stop it? What are the things they are going to put in place to stop it? So we are talking about a system that is corrupt, a system that is rotting in policies, in policy application. If you look at the papers, there will be very good statements made about these things. Some time ago, there was this matter of external campuses. People from wherever state would come to do external campus, some other areas. So at that point in time, the NUC came up and said, no, not allowed, not allowed, not allowed. And I know that was effected. It stopped. So if JAM is now saying that part-time program is not legal, let them not just talk about it. Let them do what should be done. Because we want to go to school, we want to go have education.
All right. We know that HND has to do with Polytechnic. And then they are calling it outdated and under-the-table admission, which is to say that it is not recognized.
No. I think he was talking about admissions under the table, not at HND.
This is what he said. He said they are not responsible for students admitted into HND programs.
Yes.
So I am wondering, because it's not everybody that can afford to, in fact, the multitude, the crowd that we have, if you see the number of students that are pushing to get admission in a year, it is too much that only federal universities or state universities can handle. So when they are saying that they are not, look at it. It is well written here.
Does not handle higher.
Exactly. This is the HND. So, I mean, how did this one come about? Well, is it that they're not supposed to go for NYSC? Because where the bottom line is that when it comes to issue of NYSC, they'll be having problems. So is it that they're not supposed to go for NYSC?
No, they are. We have platforms that deal with segments of education.
Okay.
Like, as you know, we have this JAM. It was not there some time back.
I don't know about that. I grew up to know.
There was no JAM some time back.
When was
I
that?
was in school, there was no JAM.
Oh, really?
Yes. Now it was created And just like NECO was created, NECO was not there before. So we have some platforms that work with education, and MBTE, the National Board for Technical Education, they are in charge of polytechnics, they are in charge of national diplomas, they are in charge of higher national diploma programs.
Okay.
Now, what I think he is saying is that the university system maybe is not authorized to relate with those on HND level. But I want to tell you something. Before you even get your ND admission, you must have JAM. JAM will examine you. You must pay money to JAM, write a JAM exam before you are admitted. So we have programs in some polytechnics that are that use JAM, which are like correctly done. Now, accreditation means even goes beyond JAM. I know it's MBT approval, but there are some programs you cannot enter. You can't be admitted if you don't have JAM. So JAM can't say they don't know about diploma program. And when you want to move to HND, there's a connection you tie to your previous JAM number, whatever. And even when you want to go to university, you tie your JAM number to the university.
Are you sure it's still like that these days? Maybe you're talking about the one you know.
No.
It's still like that?
The one I know, there was no JAM.
Okay.
I'm saying so because when you want to go from diploma into higher national diploma,
okay,
you have to tie your JAM. Admission is supposed to be, your JAM number is supposed to be what you carry through your education system. So from HND, from ND, if you go to university, you have the same JAM number and things like that. So what I'm saying, my sister, is that, yes, if there's any situation, if there's a situation here now where the people at JAM are observing what they will call illegal, let them do something about it. What are they going to do about it? How do you correct it? It's not for me to correct it, it's for them to correct it.
Or do you think that this is a call for the people handling these particular programs that are calling illegal to stop? Is that supposed to be?
Yes, you can call for them to stop. But what is the policy guideline? You have control over the system. What is the policy guideline that will force them to stop?
I remember that they say is they call it outdated. So does that mean that it was welcome before but no longer at this moment?
I could be wrong. I could also be outdated in what I'm saying. But what is the indated thing?
You can't afford to be outdated.
But what is the indated thing? Let them apply what is in. Don't just tell us to this. Just like somebody telling us, I know there's trouble in the country. What are you doing about it? Oh, I know there's hunger in the country. What are you doing about it? Leadership is supposed to take responsibility, action to create a better environment. So if today the people at JAM have found out that something is going wrong about admissions and all that, it's good that you let us know. You cannot sit and tell the kid to stop stealing without doing something to stop him from stealing. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So, okay, let's look at this. When they say that this is illegal, that all these programs that are not aware of is illegal, we also know that no knowledge is the worst. I mean, there are so many...
Sorry, let me tell you, HND is not illegal. HND is a program approved by the National Board for Technical Education. A unit is equivalent to the NUC. The NUC is for universities. MBT is for polytechnics. That's what I'm saying. When they come to talk
so make me understand exactly. That's why you're my guest today, and we are here to profess solution, of course. Yes. Maybe they didn't think of... they didn't actually come up with the idea of, okay, since these ones are outdated, I think this should be the indated ones. So, because we are here to profess solution.
Okay, let me tell you what I know.
Okay.
I know that the polytechnic system runs differently from the university system. The federal government has a body.
But are all supposed to go for NYSC?
They do. At HND, they go for NYSC. After HND, they go for NYSC.
Okay.
Not ND. But after HND, they go for NYSC. My youth con after HND.
But they say that students for NYSC, but what is that is where the problem comes, and it's not their fault.
It's part-time.
Part-time.
Yes, that these part-time programs complicate the ND thing. I mean,
do they have part-time for HND, and we have full-time and part-time?
They do. So the quarrel I think JAM is making is that part-time programs create complications for the NYC program, because of the admissions, the people and all that. That can be a problem. But I keep saying, what is the solution that they are of providing for it? I know that there are institutions that have a lot of part-time programs, many.
So is it that part-times they do not write JAM?
No, they don't.
What do? They just...
WAEC. As far as I know, it's WAEC. If they write JAM, I don't know. But what I know is that you have to have the prescribed credits for the particular course you want to study to be admitted to the part-time program.
But if, let's assume that the part-time in question is something that has been recognized by university system, and they know that JAM is very important when it has to do with education sector, especially in high institutions. So is there no way they can find a way to at least match these two, so that whosoever that graduates from part-time, because it's, I mean, like you said, they don't write JAM. Yeah,
as I know,
you know, is WAEC. So it means that they are all in the same level, because they're learning the same thing. The only difference is that they did not write JAM. But is there no way they can link it?
See, I think we should have, they should have a broader sense of the problem of academics, education in this country. The part-time program opens a lot of people to study and acquire certificates. Some of them are in, it's just like even the universities, they have part-time programs. They have programs that are not like on the normal menu. It was there. Sometimes they removed it. I don't know if it's back again. But again, we're talking about us as a people and what we do. So I'm aware that the part-time programs in polytechnics opens up a number of people to education and certification. Okay. Most of them, some of them are working and they need this certificate for promotion. In their place, yes, in the offices. Some of them also needed to maybe I want to go to school, I couldn't continue because my father died, I had to start working, I had to start helping my mother. Now I'm 35 years old, I want to continue to study. So the part-time helps. But
if one is 35, I mean, what are you thinking about NYSC for? Because
for example,
the last time I remember,
it's 30.
But this part-time program is not just meant for adults. I mean, when I mean adults, I'm talking about...
There are younger persons, yes.
Okay.
There are younger persons who get involved. Not necessarily 35, but there are younger persons. People who have had issues, who could not probably get direct admission to the normal program. Or people who could not...
I think last we are beginning to reason with what JAM actually said.
I agree, but let them tell us how to deal with it.
It's
not just complain.
All right.
When you complain, what do you do? Because you and I can't do anything. Is there that can do something?
You're actually doing something.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. You're preferring solutions, so you're doing something.
Okay.
Exactly. All right. This is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. We'll just go on a very short break. When we return, we'll look at the rest of the stories. Thanks God.
I don't get a lot. Boy, they won't booga me. Small. They say, man, give them bribe. I say nothing. Okay, now, we'll go block later. You remember that contract we will do that time now? They don't pay.
But first, you see the student with the old things. We go first call caretaker, take the money, slap him.
You know, say I get annual levy. Why they pay for club? Where me and boys they shall be. here now, I suppose pay that one. You remember saying me, I tell you, I go buy you motor. I go buy now.
Okay, they pay you money now. We don't they beg caretaker. Who they beg landlord, old man, and they agree give us time. Money can't come now. You won't divert time. You said na corruption. Corruption. Not in my house and not in my country.
True?
Sure.
Corruption not in my country.
This message is brought to you by the Akin Fadehi Foundation, the MacArthur Foundation,
and with broadcast support from Atlantic Television Network.
Corruption not in my country.
Kasali, I get interview in 30 minutes.
Guy, you don't ready. I just the last minute instruction where you give me yesterday. Now in the cost more delay.
Which instruction?
Maybe I say make I change the meter, make you no read it again.
Which time I make you change meter? Oh, Kasali, why they do like this now? You don't get sense. You don't read the text message. Nobody I want to send them to. Like Kasali, my electrician, make it come house, call me, do my meter. So that you don't go to read again. You know electrician?
Your electrician.
Yes, now.
So you call Kasali electrician.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. You can join us on all our media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. And now the rest of our stories on inflation. Nigerian government announced a 50% reduction in the price of 50 kg bag of rice, now priced at 40,000 naira nationwide. Minister of Information Hamid Idris made the announcement following a Federal Executive Council meeting, noting the release of 20 trucks of rice to state governors for distribution. However, ATN survey found out rice price in Abuja markets such as Dotes, Wose and Kubwa remained between 75,000 naira and 80,000 naira. This price reduction comes amidst a rise in Nigerians' food inflation to 40.87% in June, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. Okay, remember that last 2 weeks ago, Tinubu, our president, sent some bags of rice as the federal government to different states to cushion the effects of subsidy. And one would think that that is the situation here. No. According to what the Minister of Information said, Mohammed Idris, that some bags of rice, of course, 21 trucks, that we don't know whether 21 to each state, will be forwarded to states, and then that will help to cushion the effects of subsidy. In other words, there will be reduction. Bag of rice is not going to be 75,000 naira anymore, but 40,000 at least. But the question is, the first one that the president sent to cushion the effects of subsidy so far, a lot of persons have not even seen what the bag looks like, come to talk of the grains in it. And now they want to say, what is the measures? What measures are they putting in place to make sure that this will actually happen as they want? Are they going to be sharing these bags of rice to marketers? Like, are they going inside market to share the bags of rice for them to sell at the reduced price, or would they have a special place where people will now go to buy rice? And if that happens, what about those who have already gotten bags of rice expensive? Are they going to reduce the price because the federal government has brought in another bags of rice?
Well, I think that we are seeing what I call the drama of the Tinubu administration. It's just drama. There's something you can do more permanent, more effective in taking care of the scarcity of food. Okay, rice in this particular case. How many bags of rice will you send to the states? The question you're asking is very valid. There are the marketers who, through the normal market processes, have gone to buy rice. Expensive. And they have to sell them to continue to have their markets. Now you bring 20 trucks of rice. That one you say, sell at 40,000 naira. The question is, do we have a federal government somewhere where they to sell? Using the federal government money to go and buy rice, and then for them to... The federal government is not supposed to be selling rice. They should create the economy, the agricultural condition that makes growing rice easy for the people. That's what it should be. What they don't have, they don't have. I'm very sorry.
Is this a long-term initiative or a short-term initiative?
It's a long-term stealing plan. A long-term stealing plan. Who goes to buy the rice for the federal government? How much does he or she buy? Where are they buying it from? They print the bag. I saw something on TV this morning. Okay. Not for the federal government, because I was one of the states there was this story on the social media complaining where they have the federal government bag of rice not for sale, and they are being rebagged to sell. Who pays for the printing of the bag? That federal government bag that you wrote not for sale. Who pays for the printing of it? If you want to resell, why do you need to print federal government not for sale on the bag and then go to repackage it? Why don't they say federal government rice 40,000 naira? There's deceit inside this thing. I'm sorry to say, but I don't trust this government. Almost everything they do, there's cheating and stealing and lying inside.
Okay, I also want to understand something. When this rice comes in, definitely people will buy to sell, right? Will you buy rice at the rate of, or maybe they will sell it at the rate of 30,000 for them to sell it at the rate of 40,000, or what exactly? Like, I really don't understand this.
What's going to happen? I think they are going to sell it to their friends, and their friends at the 40, who will take it back to the market and sell at 80.
Like how much?
The same 80.
80. No, that's not the idea here.
No, excuse me, sorry, madam.
Mohammed Idris said that the bag of rice will be sold at the rate of 40,000.
It does not matter what Mohammed Idris says. We're talking about the reality in the Nigerian economy. It does not matter what even Tinubu says. Let us think about it. What is the logic behind you buying rice to go and sell? Federal government is not supposed to be selling rice. Federal government is to create agricultural environment suitable or whatever for rice production. That's their business.
I know that a lot is actually going on in Nigeria now that Nigerians find it difficult to actually believe what the federal government wants to. But are you not optimistic about this particular plan? That, I mean, something good will come out of this? I know that some families can't even afford the bag of rice. That is 40,000.
Yeah, the question is, will those families get the 40K bag of rice?
Minimum wage is 70,000.
Will the families get the 40K bag of rice? How many trucks of rice have been bought under this heading? How much has been put into it? How much is truly put into it? Now they were talking about, is it wasting federal asset or something? And it's part of it.
And they said vandalizing federal government asset is offense. Yes.
So before you start to think, look, I'm very, I'm not sorry, but the fact is this: actions, people at that level, leadership, should not take action without thinking about them. If I, one person, can query what they are doing, and I'm not saying anything good in it, how did they come to the decision? Did they not think about the ramifications of the action that they are taking? Explain to me. How many bags of rice are you going to sell tonight? How many millions are we? Even if you sell it for 10,000 naira, how many bags are you going to produce? Where are you buying it for the 10,000 naira? Where are you buying it from?
Okay, but don't you think that this will have a way of crippling economic more? Because there are so many persons that have stocked their shops in order to be able, I mean, to stay in market. But when this comes in, don't you think it will have a way of affecting marketers very well?
You see, it's again, like I said, part of the drama. They said they were sending 1,200 bags to each state as to solve problems.
To cushion the effects of subsidy.
And they did not send this much that they want to sell. Why didn't they send 5,000 bags to the states to solve problem? The ones that now they want to sell, is it not more than 1,200 per state that they have sent?
But Mr. Samuel, the one that was sent, has it cushioned the effects of subsidy removal?
Well, it has not. That's the drama I'm talking about. Now, okay, there's another thing they're giving to us. We're talking about it. But those who have made the money from the process have put it in their pockets. There's no trust. I don't know how to put it. Leadership cannot expect to be trusted blindly. It's by what you do, what we see you do, that we trust you. There was a time in this country when there was an Idiagbo in government. Idiagbo was in Lagos, but in Port Harcourt, government policies were persons complied to government policies. They brought out what they were hiding, what they were hoarding rather. Markets were, there was this queue. Suddenly in queue become a policy. Idiagbo didn't go to come to Port Harcourt. But that's because there was something about the government that was trusted. There was something about them that you knew that this man is not joking. I'm not talking about Buhari. That this man is not joking. So when we have a government that has even ridiculed itself, you know, honestly, no truthfulness. I mean, everything they do to me, everything they do has some undertone to it.
All right.
Undertone of dishonesty.
All right, let's look at the last story on finance. On Monday, Senate President Godswill Akpabio announced that the new national minimum wage of 70,000 naira applies nationwide, covering federal, state and local government, private sector and individual employers. This increase from the previous 30,000 minimum wage was signed into law by President Bola Tinubu. Akpabio emphasized that while employers can pay more, no workers should earn less than 70,000 naira. The National Assembly quickly passed the bill reflecting strong support for the increase. Akpabio urged against using the right to protest to incite violence and attribute current hardship to long-term insecurity, not Tinubu's administration. He highlighted the administration's effort to remove restrictions on food imports and provide waivers. House Leader Prof. Julius Ehombere noted that reducing the negotiation period from 5 to 3 years demonstrated a commitment to Nigerians. The new minimum wage law followed Tinubu's July 18 proposal to increase the wage, with plans to review its every 3 years. The Senate approved a 6.2 trillion naira amendment to the 2024 Appropriation Act, raising the national budget to 35.055 trillion naira. Amazing. I remember some individuals said that when they were proposing 100,000, that wasn't going to be possible. They can't pay their workers. I don't want to mention names again anymore. And the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, said that this is not just for federal. This is also to private sectors. The 70,000 is for all Nigerian workers. What do you think? Is it just for them to stay in there and make this pronouncement? How are they going to cajole the people, especially the private sector, to pay the least?
Well, for me, again, it's me.
It's always you.
I think that the directions they are taking are not what should be the elementary ways, that is the fundamental ways for them to take. Yes, we have come to the point where there's a raise in the minimum wage, or as somebody would say, minimum salary. But what has led to it? I think that, yes, today we talk about 70,000 naira. It's okay. Will the private sector be able to pay? I don't know. Will all the states pay? I also don't know, because even some of the states refuse to pay the 30,000
It was hard
to pay. But the point is, statement has been made. But are you, as government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, working towards creating an environment in this country where even this 70,000 naira will be useful? Because if it is not useful, it's a waste of time. These are they just act anyhow, but there are, see, there are critical actions that must be taken to correct. I don't see the government doing it. I don't know everything, but I don't see the government doing it.
Okay, but of course, this issue of minimum wage lingered for a while.
Yes.
And last, the federal government has penned down the signature and they have passed it into bill 70,000 naira. And according to what we have read here, that the president is ready to review this every 3 years.
Every 3 years. Congratulations.
That's what I was expecting from you. I mean, you keep saying the federal government is not trying. Why?
Listen. If there are better things, or should I say other paths to use that can ultimately relieve us of all this stress, it will be better than just giving us placations, just giving us I'm hungry, take bread. I'm hungry, take bread. You're not allowing the bread will be available for me not to be hungry. What I'm saying is that I expect, not that I expect, leadership, government, presidency, it's their business is to protect us, to secure us, and to give us an environment where we are happy with our lives. Food is part of it, not just food. Even bathing soap, I should be able to buy my bathing soap is part of it. So are they going to give us like palliative on bathing soap later, or on toothpaste later? They cannot. But what I'm saying is that this thing is good. Labour has laboured and they have secured it for now, fine. Whether private sector can pay or that, we don't even know. Whether the state government can pay, we don't even know. But the issue is, I'm thinking that more effectively, government should be thinking about doing the things that will remove the stress. So we give us rice, give us a minimum wage. We don't talk about it anymore. What we have will carry us in an environment where we're able to continue to live our lives with what we have.
All right, thank you so much,
okay.
Mr. Samuel David.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, our viewers, thank you so much. And I want you to know that 70,000 naira minimum wage is now a reality. And according to the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, not just the federal government, the state governments, local governments, to pay all workers 70,000, not all workers as per se, but the least. Of course, you know what I'm talking about. That is to say that even private sectors are to pay 70,000, and all Nigerian workers are entitled to 70,000 naira. But how? Remember that 30,000 was a bit difficult for some state government to pay. So how is that going to happen? And again, of course, like we the federal government is coming, rice is going to be everywhere in Nigeria after now. What do you think? I speak in your mind. All right, thanks so much for joining us. You can drop anything you want to say on the comment box. I am Immaculata Irikana. You can join us on all our media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram, TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Remember that peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Good afternoon, and continue to join ATN Socials till we come your way next time.